about who you wanted to be, what you wanted to become. And the majority of the society today is not living their dreams. Dreaming is one of the greatest gifts we've ever been given, and we've forgotten how to do it as adults. Why are kids so happy? They're dreaming. Why are adults so miserable? We've forgotten how to dream. So I got all fired up. I grabbed my bike. I started to bike as hard as I could. I passed an athlete. I passed another one. And I took over the lead of the race. And I am pushing an effort. And at mile 100, I got the most intense cramp I've ever gotten. I grabbed it, locked. It wouldn't let go. I couldn't turn the pedals over. And guess who I got to have a conversation with?
The bully.
The bully in my head. The bully in my head showed up and he said, I told you you're not good enough. I told you you didn't deserve to be here. You're not a winner. Quit. Go home. And then I heard another voice. And that voice said, hey, James, you've got one good leg. It's only 12 more miles to bike. It's just a marathon to run. Let's go. And I was like, that dude's a genius. I've got options. As I got back on my bike, I figured out how to turn the pedals with one leg. I got to the end of that bike ride, and Tyrell was there. He's like, dude, you're winning the race. And I'm like, shut up, and I'm in a lot of trouble. I mean, maybe medical help. But I grabbed my cowboy hat, and I started to run. And I'm putting one foot in front of the other. Trying to move, trying to navigate the difficulties that are in front of me. And I make it to mile 17. At mile 17, every single muscle in my body contracts at the same time. I go stiff like a board. I hit the ground. My buddy Tyrell sees me. He sees me hit the ground. He starts sprinting over to me. He gets on the phone. When he gets to me, he says, James, don't worry about a thing. I've got great news. And I'm like, yeah, I'm dying. You're getting medical. Thank you. And he's like, I've got your wife. She's on the phone. She wants to talk to you. I don't want to talk to my wife. She's going to tell me to get up and I can't. And with all the confidence I could muster up, I looked at Tyrell and I said, tell her no thank you. He comes back moments later. He's still on the phone. He looks down at me. He says, James, I'm so sorry. It's not medical. It's not your wife. It's your daughter, Lucy. She wants to talk to you. And I knew my wife had put her up to this because my daughter's 9 years old. But I took the phone call. I wasn't going to make the same mistake twice. And my daughter and I, we had a very quick conversation, and she said, Dad, you told me you were going to do 30 Ironmans this year. Dad, you said we were going to be in the Guinness Book of World Records. Is there any way? Can you get up? Can you walk? Just finish. And I said, sweetheart, I can't. And then she says, okay, Dad, can you crawl? Will you crawl and finish today? And now through the tears, I said, no, sweetheart, I can't. And then she says, okay, Dad, can you cartwheel? Dad, will you cartwheel 9 miles and finish the race? So that my answer changed. I said, sweetheart, yes, I can. In her innocent 9-year-old mind, she could not see the option to quit. It wasn't on the table. Again, when in our adult lives did we become okay with quitting? I believe that's something that we've learned over time, and we model of people that have quit on their journey and their dreams. She had so much belief and conviction in her body, she thought I could cartwheel 9 miles. I told her I loved her. And I said, Tyrell, help me out. We've got work to do. And we started to put one foot in front of the other until the sun set and we were in last place, first place to last place. And for hours, we just kept putting one foot in front of the other. And I made it to where I was 100 meters from the finish line. I could see it. It was right there. And I remembered that conversation I had with my daughter. And I cartwheeled one time. Do it, yeah. And from that moment on, I too was filled with belief and conviction. And everything changed because I changed. The way that I thought about the journey changed. We went on to win 2 races, placed second 5 times, smashed the Guinness World Record, doing 30 Ironmans in 1 year, all due to the belief and conviction and innocence of a 9-year-old girl. Now I want to introduce you guys to a dear friend of mine. His name's Dayton. And this young man was born with a condition that's called cerebral palsy. And so he's just like us. He has dreams and desires, but he's just trapped inside of his body. And I saw on social media that he enjoys to do triathlon, because when he's being assisted, he can feel the wind in his face and it makes him feel alive. And so I called his mom. I found her number and I said, does Dayton want to become an Ironman? Could we do it together? Does he want to be part of this world record? And we got it all set up, and I got to meet Dayton for the very first time in Lake Havasu, Arizona, raced 27 of 30. And we were going to do an Ironman together. And I was nervous. I was scared. I've never done an Ironman with somebody else before. And his dad walks up and he throws down this $20 yellow boat from Walmart. And it's got duct tape on the side. It's got this rope. And he puts his arm around me. And he says, I'm so excited for you guys. I just think you should know Dayton might have a seizure. If he has a seizure, just keep swimming. And he walks away. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? I'm dying inside. And then the gun goes off. And so I grabbed the rope, I tied it around my waist, I'm swimming as hard as I can. I'm looking back, is Dayton okay? What is he doing? Is he having the seizure? Every time I look back, I could see Dayton. And his eyes were closed. And then it hit me. Dude's just taking a nap. He's totally fine. I need to focus on the only thing that I can control, because I don't know if he's going to have that seizure. How many of you in your life, you drum up the worst case scenario? Hasn't happened yet, but it's the worst case scenario, and then you fixate on it, and then you give it all of your power, all of your attention, and it drags you down, and then you start to spiral.
Yeah, it's no.
And all you need to do is take a step back, take a deep breath, and focus on the one thing we need to focus on. It's called catastrophizing. One of my favorite words. Please stop catastrophizing, it'll change your life. And so I just started to swim as hard as I could, and we made it out of the water. And we made it in the middle of the pack, and his dad greeted us with this custom cart. And I heard the word custom cart, and I'm like, this thing's going to be amazing. It was 185 pounds of US grade steel. And then we put Dayton in it. But we got going down the road, and we started to fly, and we were going 27 miles an hour. And this time when I look back, what do you think I saw? The biggest smile you've ever seen in your life. And I said, yes, this is exactly where I'm supposed to be, and this is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. And then unfortunately, at mile 30, Dayton's cart breaks. Where it's connected to my bike, it slipped, and Dayton's cart starts to shake. I go from 27 miles an hour down to 4. I'm giving it everything I've got. It was a 2-loop course, and we were taking far too long, and my wife came out to see what the struggle was. And when she got to us, we were totally devastated. And out of the blue, as she was riding behind us, she reached out, she put her hand on the back of Dayton's cart. As soon as she touched the cart, it took away that shake. My speed doubled, my cadence picked up. I looked back at my wife and I said, how long can you leave your hand there? And she says, if it's helping, as long as you need. And I said, good, I need you for the next 6 hours. She says, whatever it takes, I'm here for you guys. And together we started to push and pull Dayton up and down the hills of Lake Havasu. And then all of a sudden the sun set, and it was no longer safe to continue. And the race director came out and he stopped us. And then a police officer came rushing up. And he turned on all of his lights. And he says, boys, follow me. I'll give you your chance to run the marathon.